worker Belly Mujinga died of coronavirus 14 days after a man who said he had COVID-19 spat on her while she was working at Victoria Rail Station.
Well, British Transport Police are now trying to trace the man, and her family say her employer needs to be questioned on why someone with underlying health issues was working on the Concorde without PPE, as Belly suffered from respiratory problems. Well, Belly's cousin, Agnes Ntumba, joins us now. Good morning to you, Agnes. And first of all, on behalf of everybody here, our deepest condolences to you and your family on this absolutely appalling, I would say tragedy, but it's worse than that. This seems to me to be a murder. This is somebody who said they had COVID-19, deliberately spitting at your cousin, infecting her and her colleague, and your cousin is now dead. I mean, that's murder to me.
It is. It is. It's very stressful for all of us in the family.
When you heard the details of what had happened and how your cousin had got infected, how did that make you feel?
Disgusting. How can somebody, a human being, react in that way to another human being? It's insane. It's not right.
Agnes, it was the day before the lockdown, March the 22nd, when your cousin was at work, wasn't she? She was on the concourse at Victoria train station. She was with a colleague. What did she tell you about what this man said and why he did what he did?
No, first of all, Belly Mujinga normally works inside in the ticket office. But the team leader that day decided to put her to work in the concourse. She mentioned that she'd got health condition, but they didn't take any notice. They went to work. Somebody approached to them and said, "Why are you here?" They said, "We are working." And he said, "You shouldn't be working." They said, we need to work. It's our duty." And he said, "Look, I've got corona," and then he just spat at them and walked away. They went back to the manager to tell the manager that somebody has just spat on us.
Absolutely.
And nothing was done.
Absolutely horrendous. Tell me about your cousin. What kind of woman was she?
She was a lovely woman, happy, caring, and she'll stand for anybody. She will stand for anybody. And she really looking after her family.
When she was, there she is with her husband. When she was spat on, did she report it to the police? Did she consider it to be an assault that should immediately be notified? Did anybody call the police?
No, she was afraid. She was very worried about it, but she didn't make anything forward to go and report it to the police. And I think it was the work duty to do that when it's just happened, but nothing has been done.
She then became ill after she was spat on. What symptoms did she show in the first place?
She was coughing a lot, and she was always cold and very weak.
And then she went into hospital?
Yes, on Thursday morning, she called me. She wanted aloe vera take because one of the remedies. And at 3 p.m., she called me back to say I'm in the hospital. And she'd been treated with oxygen and some drips. I think it was antibiotics.
She leaves behind her husband and her 11-year-old daughter. How are they doing?
It's difficult to cope at the moment. They can feel now that somebody missing. And it's very difficult, especially to the young girl.
And we don't know yet who did this, but what are your thoughts about what that person did?
I'm thinking it's not right, it's wrong. And he needs to be put in jail or do his sentence. It's not right.
No, it's not right. It's an absolute disgrace. In fact, it's one of the most sickening stories that I can remember throughout this entire crisis. And the fact that your cousin was going about her work for others, trying to keep the transport system running, and was doing so in such a diligent, dutiful way. And the fact that somebody has just come up and deliberately spat COVID-19 into her face, and she's now dead, is an absolute disgrace. And I can only say how sorry we are to you and to your family for what's happened, and to stress that we will be doing all we can to highlight this story until the person who did it is caught and brought to justice.